Sorry if you were on YouTube and it was a little tippy at the beginning, but had to slide you back. So just easier than my climbing on top of the desk. Okay, so couple of things. The class for April is listed. I meant to look and see what date that is. I can't remember. It's a Saturday and it's in the 20s. It's like, I don't know, 21, 27, 26, something like that. But it's going to be a paint technique. So it's $30, paint techniques workshop. We're going to be working on boards, but really trying to perfect and give you tips on how to be able to blend paint colors, how to be able to do that successfully, feathering colors in together. We're going to be playing with waxes, so colored waxes, and giving you an idea of when to use what, how to use it, both on waxed pieces and bare pieces. We're going to play with some paint inlays. So jam-packed, probably be about an hour and a half, 2 hours max, but opportunity to be able to address any questions that you have. This is going to be using the DIY clay-based paint. So it's not using Fusion per se. I mean, I'm happy to answer any Fusion questions, but we're going to be playing with the DIY paint because when it comes to blending and doing some of those kinds of things, drippy finishes, that's what the clay paint does. That's not so much what the Fusion does. I will be looking at doing maybe a Fusion workshop, paint techniques workshop with Fusion, and we can get into how to be able to apply it, how to be able to get a nice smooth finish. We'll play with some paint techniques and some washes and glazes. So we'll go through those sorts of things to give people an idea of what to do beyond that. But that will be a future class. So this one is with the clay paint. Did you look up the date? 27th. I was thinking 26, 27. So Saturday, the 27th, 1 p.m. And everybody attending the class gets 15% off anything in the shop, including paints. So bonus always. I have not picked or decided or thought of anything to be on sale this month. I am thinking of putting, as soon as I get around to it, I will put the DIY cottage colors that I have left here in the shop and the brights, the Bohemian brights on sale. I can't do that online though. Sorry guys, I'm forbidden from ever discounting DIY online, but in store I will be doing that. And you know, could be as early as tomorrow if I get a chance when I'm in the shops. So that's part of my plan there, and we'll see how that goes. So far this week, video wise, it's been playing with some of the new IOD releases. So Monday was taking a look at using the small Lovers of Flowers, and we applied it in a number of ways. Can you see that circular frame over there on the white door? Please and thank you. Thanks. So first of all, we applied it to fabric. And very, very cool technique. It goes onto fabric ultimately fairly easily, but you know, here we're talking about the tighter the weave, the easier it is to be able to apply. And this one is a faux wood, like an embroidery hoop that we put this one into. This, we applied it on paper. So don't think that you can't do it onto a non-painted surface, right? I mean, I get glass, but this one, we just did paper and applied it in there. And then we did 2 mirrors and some different techniques here, both with Fusion paint with some gold, and then with a gold mirror that we painted black and distressed back. So very cool techniques that way. This one is currently listed in the shop for $16. This one is listed in the shop for $14. And here's just the thing. I mean, normally I put price tags out on the mirrors or the picture frames right in the corner. For something like this, because it's got the applied transfer, you don't want to necessarily be washing it with chemicals. So I didn't put anything there that would be the glue and necessitating that. I can't read that far, Nick. Catherine?
Catherine Forrest says she has 4 Taylor Swift tickets on November 16, 24 at 7 p.m. They are section blah, blah, blah. Excellent seats. Message me if you're interested. And then she said it was cool. I guess one of the things you're doing.
Okay. Well, there you go. Any Taylor Swift fans that are watching that are in the area,
November 16, 2024 at 7 p.m.
This coming November at 7 p.m. Taylor Swift tickets. That's a hot commodity. I got to think that you'd be deluged. Just because they're so hard to get, but I guess you have to have some money behind you too for those. So,
And
okay.
on YouTube, Tony Gilly says, "Hi, Cindy. Great to see you tonight."
Okay. Oh, I can read that far. Well, maybe, sort of. Okay. Hi, Tony. Okay. Oh, still on videos. Today's video was this. We used the invitation only molds, which are very cool. Big discussion. I mean, so this is the cat and the bulldog. This one, obviously the deer with the antlers. And this one, there's a lot of talk about whether it's a bear, a wolf, or a fox. I don't know. What does that one look like to you, Nick?
Bear.
You think a bear?
Yeah.
It's got a lot of bear features, but the ears, I think, are more wolf-like or fox-like.
That's part of the hat.
Anyway, no, those are the ears. So what I liked about this one was giving you an alternative. I know that a lot of the early projects that came out using those molds were all painting them black and highlighting them with gold. So I wanted to give you an idea of like a really cool aging technique. It's got some faint copper on there, but another way to be able to age them, distress them, highlight them that didn't involve black and gold necessarily. So something a little bit different. Friday's video, I can't show you the project because it's already been taken away. So it's a popular one. I was starting out to do another scarf project. So that's third in the series, and I'm taking a scarf break. So don't expect another one next week. But this one was one that I was dying to try. Potentially making a rug, but mine didn't turn out big enough. So it's going to be more a tabletop display piece, and it's gone from the shop. It's already found a new home, and well, really, my sister gave me the scarves, and then my sister saw that project, and my sister now owns her scarves again in another format. So kind of the perfect colors for her cottage, and it went up there. And since I'll be using her cottage for a week in the summer, I just said it was an early thank you gift. So the price was right for her. I got the scarves for free. She got the project for free. It was a fair deal. So things for tonight. Well, you know what? I was going to say it's a real mashup, but I think typically that's usually the way it goes. We have a lot of vintage items today and some really unusual items. So let me start with this big, huge jar. Get my glasses on. So this is a Seaway from Canada. So it's definitely a vintage piece. They don't make these anymore. It's very much in those early, almost mid-century orange colors. It's got the original cork lid to this canister, originally kind of a cookie jar, but it's Seaway pottery, which is from Cameron and Sons in Toronto. So they did a lot of handcrafted pottery, definitely a vintage piece for $22, which is really nice in that burnt orange with some of the distressing on it. But you have to be an orange person, right? Not everybody is. This guy, this two-tone pottery piece, this is from Laurentian Pottery. It's currently listed on eBay for $50, or in my shop for $14. So it's still in perfect shape. It's got kind of the tan glazed upper and then the bisque bottom. So just a nice, simple, very solid piece. But it as well is quite old. It's from the 1970s. These are not old, but I've got a pair of these. This is Billy the Artist. I'm selling the two of them for $16, but when I did a search for them online, the cheapest that I found them was $30 each. So bonus. I like the fact that there's some patterning on the inside. Again, orange.
Yeah, they sort of look kind of red online.
They look maybe reddish online. These are orange. There's no question. And I call them big orange mugs on the website. So it does say on one side together as one, and then just has all of this kind of loose graffiti kind of drawing all over it. So they're pretty cool. I have a big men's large golf glove sized hand. And so you can see how big these babies are. So if you're the kind that enjoys a decent sized latte, mine's a chai latte, but even plain tea, I don't see the point in little cups because then I have to refill it too often. I'm a big mug gal. Nick is not. Well, he's not a gal, but he's a small
big
mug.
Mug of beer, I don't mind.
Yeah, so this would be fine for him for beer. For coffee, he wants a small glass. It's not working for him. All right, this guy, I'm just looking to see the name of this. Okay, so this is an Alvine pattern, and it is all an embroidered lampshade. Now, interestingly enough, this is from IKEA, but it was a while ago, and it is now selling. Cheapest I found it for was $43 US. I'm selling it for $15. Now, just bear in mind and bear with me, if you are obviously ordering it to be shipped, it's got to be in a fairly decent sized box. So it doesn't weigh a lot, but the box size will have an impact on the shipping price. I have no control over whatever that happens to be, but it's really pretty. So I don't think it was used, quite honestly. It's in as new condition. All right, this one, okay, let me flip this over. This is an unusual listing for me, but this is a set of 8 vintage doilies. So it goes from, I think, 15 inches across is the biggest one on the bottom to this is maybe, I don't know, maybe about 7 inches wide. I have that dimension. 2 of them have some staining on them. This one's got a little bit of staining. I wasn't going to risk being the one cleaning them, seeing if I could remove the stains. They're definitely old. And again, if you're somebody that you like to collect them or you would like to use them in projects, nice little assortment of all kinds of different patterns in this set. Online, I did take a picture of each individually so that you can check them out yourself in case that matters to you. And all 8 are for $30. And when I was looking up the vintage linens and things, that was a good price. That was more than fair. All right, in the cuteness department, I have these little milk jug salt and pepper shakers. What is so cute about them is that they each have the pattern of a cow on them, and underneath it says, "Eat chicken." That just makes me smile. So $7.50 for the little milk jug salt and peppers, which are just cute. And if you were a cow, you would want your motto to be "Eat chicken" also. All right, this listing. Oh my God, a little bit different. This is a I'm selling this one for a friend. So this is a vintage craft peanut butter jar. And I'm only saying this particular jar is vintage because it's been in her basement for over 60 years. So we know that peanut butter has been gone a long time, but it is full of vintage marbles. So again, been down in the basement for over 60 years. So there are almost 350 marbles in there. I think this is about 5.9 pounds in total. So if you're looking to get it shipped, there's some weight to this. But I did take a picture of, so when I was counting them, I also sorted out kind of roughly one of every kind of marble in there. So there's some solids, there's some confetti, there's some cat's eye. There's an assortment of different marbles and a couple of about 4 or 5 different sizes of them as well. I did not look at them closely to see if any have Ponthieu marks and are from the 1800s. I am not a marble expert and I am not looking to become one. So what I did do was take a look at what people were pricing lots of marbles for, especially when you know for certain that they're vintage. And so this big container of them is $85. And you get to sort through them and see if you've got some winners. But it was interesting because when I first started searching these, I was finding like some people were listing, like 4 marbles for $25. So obviously they knew more than I ever want or need to know about marbles to know that they were particularly rare or older or, a number of things. So there's some solids, there's clear, there's confetti ones, there's big ones and some swirls, and then there's different cat's eye ones and different color configurations of those. You're on your own to figure those out. And if there happens to be one in there that's just one marble that's worth $85 for you, more than happy for you. Go for it. I am not learning about marbles. It's not something I anticipate selling many of, and not going looking for them. I've made 1 or 2 marbles.
You lost some too.
I've lost. Yeah, you are making me lose my marbles. I've made a couple of marbles in my lifetime, certainly in the glass studio on my torch, but they're not vintage and they don't count. All right, these guys. There is a set of 6 of these little mid-century modern, I'm calling them cordial glasses. So with the gold striping and then a solid gold base. So the set of 6 of these for $25. I did take a close-up pic of one of them. There is some significant wear on the base of one glass. The rest are really in pretty awesome shape for their age. These guys, I think, are from the 1950s. Yep. So good, yeah, really decent shape, except for the one. So $25, which is an awesome price period. And, give the one to the friend that you don't like.
Chip Aru says hi.
Oh, Chipperoo?
Aru.
Oh, okay. 2 separate words. I just didn't know if you were just saying
Chipperoo.
Chipperoo is one word, one name. So
Last name Aru.
hi, Chip. All right. This is just a little Le Creuset in a traditional color, little crock. Now, inside, it has a little line that says fill line. So this technically, as much as it is a little crock, it is the crock base to a French butterbell, without the butterbell top. Oh, I'm pretty smart figuring that out. The fill line just refers to how much water you put in before you put the butterbell in, but it makes a very cute little crock. great for dipping, right? Because this could be heated and you could get hot dips and things for a tray. And it's only $5. So that's a good price. Okay, let's do this before we get into some of the weird guys. All right, here I have two different variations. So if you're looking at these glass citrus juicers, look at which one you want. This smaller one is $8. This one is $9. Both are definitely vintage, and yeah, obviously both fully functional and work just fine. So if you're looking for a little citrus juicer or you happen to be collecting them, check those out, see if it's one that you don't have and that you need. This is a little double egg coddler. So Royal Worcester and $15. This one happens to have little birds on branches, kind of, actually, this guy's bringing a worm or bug of some kind to the other one who's got its little mouth open. And here this guy is catching a little dragonfly. This one is a double egg coddler. And I say double, I mean, for me, this is like a single serving. The little smaller ones technically hold one egg, but then that's it. I like in the egg coddler to put a little bit of cream and the egg, maybe a little bit of chopped cooked bacon or cheese or something. And this has more than enough room for you to be able to add in some elements with your egg if you want. And if you haven't used one before, you put all of that on the inside, right? You seal it up. And then you use the little hook to be able to lower it into simmering water. And it's like, it poaches on the inside with the water, and then you would take it to the table and just open it up and you eat it with a spoon out of the coddler itself. I like coddled eggs. Okay, now we get into the fun stuff, because those were pretty normal. Well, okay, maybe. All right, well, I don't usually sell lampshades, so that was different. And I don't sell marbles, so that one was different.
You don't sell doilies.
And I've never sold doilies, so those were all a little different. Now we get into some that are also different. So this guy is a rusty dolphin. Rusty, I'm thinking he's some kind of, I think metal. It could be a ceramic, but.
You tap its own ceramic.
Yeah. Okay, I might have said he was metal, but maybe he's not. Just a rusty dolphin. I love the finish on this guy. So cool. So he's $9.50. And then this little condiment set. So let me flip it over because the price on the bottom. This is $16. So this is a full set. It's got the metal, the original metal caddy. It's got the little canisters that pop out, right? So this is a Libby condiment set. But the lids on these ones with the little hole for your associated spoon are stamped from 1967 Canadian Confederation. So we know how old this one is. So there are Libby sets that have just plain lids. This one is particular to Canadian Confederation, and that's just super cool, I think. So just a little bit of our history along with your condiments. So that's kind of cool. All right, because I keep bumping into them, let's take a look at this guy. So big, awesome, extremely heavy cast iron German Shepherd. This is a large piece. Definitely decorative if you choose to use it that way. Definitely something that could be used as a doorstep if you choose to use it that way. Now, when I was looking him up, so I'm selling him for, because this is from somewhere, either, I was seeing listings for both, either the late 1800s or the early 1900s. So this baby is old and in really pretty awesome shape. There's one or two little rust spots, little tiny rust spots. That's about it. I saw this listed on eBay for $800. The cheapest listing that I saw, and I get you could list things for whatever the heck you want. What's more important is what it sells for. So I did see it listed. The lowest was for something, 400 and something. Highest was 800. I'm now the lowest at 125. So if you're a collector, if you love cast iron, if you love German Shepherds, if you really want a cool doorstop, this is your baby. Definitely, obviously worth the price. Even if you were looking to resell him, you could probably do significantly better than I'm selling him for. But if you're having him shipped, he weighs, I don't remember what he weighs. He weighs a heck of a lot. You won't see the weight unless you go into my system, right, Nick? But like I'm thinking 6 kilograms, maybe. Like you try, Nick.
Yeah.
So like 10 pounds.
5 or 6 kilograms.
Yeah, so maybe 10 to 12 pounds. So this is a substantial piece. Okay. Last couple of I forgot. So I have this vintage Tonala. So Tonala is a really popular collectible Mexican pottery line. This one is an old vintage Tonala. I'm selling it for $11. It is signed and numbered on the bottom, but it's pretty cool. So this is a vase. It could be a really narrow wine cooler. I think some bottles might fit in there. Probably more of a vase. I would probably use it in the kitchen as a utensil holder myself. But it's cute. Now this piece, I just liked. I liked kind of the mid-century modern look of it and the simplicity of the design. It's called Mocha Java. It happens to be from Noritake. I've priced it at $14, but I found it online for $75. So it's a discontinued pattern. Replacements.com charges more than that even. So, you know, if you like the super cool kind of mod design of this one, much better pricing, $14 than $75, that's for sure. Okay, the last one that I have is this cat. This is a vintage piece from Wales of Japan. So this is a really popular and really hard to find design. Typically it comes as a pair because this one has a P for pepper. So this is the pepper shaker. Off the top of the head, the whole body is hollow, holds it all. You could use salt in it. It would also make an awesome spoon rest, but it's just a really cool, decorative, really hard to find collectible piece. It's still got the cork inside it, and it's for $6. And usually just even one sells for almost 30. So I got it because I've never seen one in the wild before. It was like very exciting for me. There's sometimes like, you know, if I'm out there and I'm looking for stuff and you know, this one I managed to thrift, which explains the low price, right? That, you know, you guys pay, typically you're paying according to what I pay, not necessarily according to the value, just because I'd rather just sell the stuff and find new stuff, right? It's like, you know, when you buy things and you get a good deal, then you're happy. And when you buy things, then I'm happy because I get to go and find new things. So it's like, keeps me going. But yeah, just, super cool. Such a cool piece. And again, a lot of people just simply collect them, but it's fully functional. And if you have more than one kind of salt, then maybe this becomes a special little, you know, special kind of salt. Your pink Himalayan sea salt. You know, depends on the holes. They're fairly big actually, but yes. And you can just ignore the little P on his.
That's the name of the cat.
On his back. Yes, it could be the name of the cat.
Penelope.
Okay, that's what I've got for you tonight, guys. As always, thanks for tuning in. Oh, my big news. I forgot to tell you. This morning, This morning I woke up to having hit the magical 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. So thank you guys on YouTube. Anybody who had subscribed, really appreciate you. I mean, it's not over. now I'm just setting a new goal, but 10,000 was a big one for me. 10,000 was something when I was really struggling to get my first 1,000 subscribers, because you need so many subscribers and so many view hours before you could get even monetized, and it's a pittance anyway. So even at 10,000, it's not a big deal, but it's just the thought. For me, it's the thought that 1,000 people, 10,000 people followed me. That there was something that I was doing of value on YouTube with the different crafts and the different projects and things that I was doing that made people want to subscribe, saying, hey, we want to check her out again. It's just very cool. It's very neat. So that was my big excitement this morning. I think I'm up to 10,009 the last time I looked. So I think my next milestone, is going to be maybe the 15,000 mark, maybe. But I definitely enjoy just even seeing, it go from 9 to 10 to 11. So thank you all. I really appreciate you. Couldn't do it without you. Hey, yeah, Brenda, thank you. Yes, 10,000. So exciting, so cool. And nothing that I ever envisioned for myself. I didn't envision having a store, certainly didn't envision ever having a YouTube channel. So for those of you that like it and support it, have subscribed and are commenting and watching, just know how much it means to me and how much I appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in tonight, guys, or tuning in whenever you happen to have a moment and you watch this. Thank you so much. And I'll see you next week. Until then, take care.